What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button. Hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out. And with this video, we are jumping back into the medieval times. We are getting into Dark Knights of Steel, issue number 4. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with this line, go ahead, check out the link in my description, as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you completely caught up on everything that has been going on in this phenomenal run. And in previous issues, what we saw was the death of Jor-El. And with his dying breath, he let Bruce Wayne know that he is in fact the son of Jor-El, that he is half Kryptonian. And so while Bruce Wayne tries to piece all of this together and figure it out, find out who he is, we have Alfred Pennyworth who sits him down and lets him know everything from the very beginning with the arrival of the El family. Be sure to buy the comic, support the industry, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into issue number 4, we have Alfred putting away this little piece of kryptonite that they had found, finding just a fragment of this stuff. At this point, they don't really know what it is. All they know is when Bruce Wayne goes around it, it makes him feel very weak. But putting that to the side just for a moment, Bruce Wayne is truly struggling with everything that he has been doing over the years, because he has been hunting down people with the exact same abilities that he has. Not exact same abilities, but people of metahuman powers. His entire life has been the hunt. And now he feels like a hypocrite because he feels like he is one of them. But Alfred lets him know that he is definitely not the first person of power to live in hypocrisy. And up to this point in his life, he believed that he was getting rid of magic, getting rid of metahumans for a good purpose. And that is because what happened to his parents. But with Bruce Wayne still really unsure of who he might be, this is when Alfred begins to tell us the story, beginning with the day that what appeared to be a comet was falling out of the sky. But what it really was the El family, a new family on a brand new world, with them building a small cabin out in the middle of the forest, away from everyone and all civilization. But at night, they would stay up with their super hearing, they would listen to the conversations, they would learn the language, they would learn the customs. And on this small, remote piece of land, the two of them truly found happiness. And then one night, the earth, it began to shake, feeling a tremor. This reminded both of them of Krypton. Waking from their sleep, realizing that they're not on Krypton, that this was just an earthquake, but they want to go find out the source of it. And the source is Mount Kristoff. It is on the verge of erupting. And while the El family, they could just pack up and they could leave, the entire village nearby, the entire kingdom nearby, will be completely obliterated if they say and do nothing. Of course, Jor-El, he is completely against showing themselves to the humans at all, believing that if they do this, they will always be on the run and they will eventually have to find a new planet. And so the two of them, they decide that they are going to devise a plan. They are going to help them indirectly, drawing up blueprints of how the kingdom may be able to defend themselves by digging trenches and possibly even being able to project where debris might fall. And with the plan set in stone, we see Jor-El fly to the kingdom and hand the letter to somebody. That somebody being Alexander Luthor. And though he was given instruction to give it to the king to ensure the Wayne family got this news, Lex Luthor burned it. And as the eruption became nearer and nearer, the elves finally decided to go knock on the front door to ask King Thomas what the heck is going on, asking why they haven't made the proper preparations to avoid this giant catastrophe. And we have Lex Luthor completely denying ever getting a letter and saying that there is no concern, there is no worry, that he has looked to the stars and the stars have shown him no eruption. But as soon as those words leave his lips, that is when the mountain explodes with lava and Laura cannot stop herself, telling Jor-El that they can save all of them. pushing her way through all of the guards and standing toe-to-toe with the king and queen. She lets them know that she is a friend, and they have watched from afar. They know them to be good and fair rulers. And though they may not be from here, they have the ability to save the entire kingdom. The only thing they ask in return is to watch young Jor-El, to ensure his safety and nothing happens to him while they are away trying to stop this devastation. Leaving their son with the queen, the two of them, they fly off and they go show the world exactly what they are capable of. With them diverting all of the lava, any debris that comes towards the city, they knock out of the sky. With the two of them saving the day, Alexander Luthor had been banned. He was banished from the land, and with his banishment, he made his way to the countryside. This is where he ran into a green rock. Upon approaching it, it explodes, and the green light completely consumes him. And so, with the El family being celebrated as heroes, they were brought in as advisors. They helped Thomas and Martha through anything they could do, and in a moment of weakness, a night that Alfred says was just a mistake, Jor-El and Martha, they conceive a child. And this act, this one mistake, this one time, this one night, it almost tore this kingdom in half. But Thomas, after hearing that his wife was with child, him unable to have children, Bruce Wayne was born into the world. And with his birth, the hatred subsided, and that was because the love of a child. Setting aside any regrets, setting aside any jealousy, they forgave each other and they focused on their kingdom and their children. And so one day the families, they go off, jumping into some carriages and heading down the road because not everyone can fly. Of course, young Jor-El tells them that maybe they just haven't jumped off a high enough point yet, and then maybe they'll discover that they in fact can fly. But this day would be the day that everything changed, because this is the day that the Green Man attacked, blowing up one of the carriages, believing that he was targeting the Elves. He hit the wrong carriage and he killed the Waynes. This was the first appearance of the Green Man, of the cruel Joker. And in the fiery green destruction, we have Thomas and we have Martha, both of them lying with their last breath. We have Bruce Wayne, who is completely unharmed. Jor-El, in a fit of rage, he goes charging after Lex Luthor. And with Martha's dying breath, she lets Lara know that her and Jor-El must run the kingdom, while Bruce Wayne is the rightful heir to the throne. She doesn't believe the people will accept him once they find out he was made out of wedlock. Because of the times, because of the customs, she doesn't believe that the people would accept him. But the saviors, Lara and Jor-El, the people could accept that. And the only thing she asks in return is to raise Bruce Wayne as her own. And so Alfred lets him know that no matter how much you are feeling right now that you don't know yourself, I know exactly who you are. I know exactly who you were raised by and the blood that runs through your veins. And while nobody is perfect, everybody has the opportunity to make change. And with the kingdoms being on the brink of war, they have to do something to stop it. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. This was definitely a twist I didn't see coming, having Lex Luthor as the Green Man. He is the one that found the Green Lantern ring. And so we can assume that the arrow that killed Jor-El, it was kryptonite, but it was also an arrow constructed from the Green Lantern ring, probably just to help it get that extra speed. Something that Green Arrow probably couldn't do with a regular arrow. The only way you could possibly catch Jor-El off guard. And I think it is a very unique twist on kind of like a Green Lantern Joker, because that's really what they're aiming for there. They specifically call him the Cruel Joker. I would be very much interested to see what the Guardians have to say about the way that he uses the ring on Earth. But this was a really fun issue just to really close up all of the gaps, letting us know exactly what happened from when the Elves touched down on Earth until current time. And so we have a good idea of who the players on the chessboard are really going to be. The biggest threat is going to be the Green Man. And while right now it is believed that Jor-El, she is a huge danger to everybody, this could all be a ruse. It could be in fact the Green Man or Martian Manhunter, because Martian Manhunter is still a possibility. He's still a name on the list of possible individuals that are imitating Zara, all in an attempt to start the war, to get everything moving. But now that we have revealed that Lex Luthor is in fact the Green Man, it could very easily be him behind all of this as well. But let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you have not yet, please do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.